When I moved to Barcelona, around 16 years old, the impact Macba had on my personal progression in skateboarding was huge. Seeing different pros coming on the spot, the locals, the level every single day of skateboarding that was going down on Macba truly inspired me to take my skateboarding to the next step. Everybody wanted a piece of Macba because that's it, like it was on the radar. Everybody knew that Macba was a place to be. Macba means Museum d'Art Contemporani of Barcelona. So it's basically a museum, but the architecture around it is just absolutely perfect for skateboarding. Even Skate Plaza could be inspired by how the design here. We're here at the 4 blocks, which is literally at the back of the museum. If you don't know about it, you can literally skate past it. A lot of impact. It was actually kind of big, not extremely long, but it was definitely high and big. You had to be solid. Even though the run-up is perfect, it's marble, the ground is so smooth. Most of the people were just skating Macba and didn't really care about the 4 blocks until much later where everybody started coming. My first memory from those blocks is probably watching Jamie Thomas doing like a few tricks down it in 0 videos, just skating that thing real hard. It was no joke. Rare were people that go on those 4 blocks just to have fun and to jump for 20 minutes. It was a serious spot, especially back in the days where no one was skating El Toro stairs, just like, you know, for the hell of it. Honestly, everybody came here and wanted to have at least one trick down the 4 blocks. So the first trick I did was for the Sorry video. I did a nollie heel. It took a little bit of time, but I was hyped to get it done. And then for the Real Sorry, I did a half cab kickflip. That's a trick that I really had down. And I think I did it a couple of times because Ewan was like, this one was good, but I didn't like my angle. I'm not surprised all the tricks that went down. Obviously, one of the tricks that really hit me when I saw it was definitely Eric Koston's fakie tray. I couldn't believe someone would just like think about doing that. I remember Appleyard doing a nollie back heel down it. Seeing the footage, I was like, yo, he really did that. That's just crazy. Kickflip shifty from Andrew Reynolds. The way he just took in the impact makes the 4 block look like it was mellow, which is not the case. Obviously, Arto, fakie flip, people in the library looking at him, and then obviously the catch from the long lens, the way it rolled away. To me, that footage is beautiful and kind of like legendary. If you can take the impact, those blocks are absolutely perfect, so no surprise how many tricks went down this thing. I wish I could compare to how it looks right now. Now it became 3 blocks. Obviously, people can take it to the next level, like nollie backside heel 360 recently that went down. So it's interesting to see the spot evolve. There is now a slide downhill. The spot changed. It was not like this before. So I guess it's gonna give the skaters a new perspective or possibilities of what kind of tricks they can do on it nowadays, you know? You have to keep in mind that back in 99, 2000, this place wasn't so famous. It wasn't the Barcelona where like just the entire world used to come here. Obviously, a lot of locals were coming. I remember Enrique Lorenzo, Javier Sarmiento, Daniel Lebron, people from Madrid, but not so many people from America. It wasn't the Macba that you know today. It was still a little bit underground, and that was the magic of it. Once Macba was on the radar, every single company that were making a video they had to make a trip to Barcelona because you just couldn't do without it. Out of the blue, you know, you see Stevie Williams, Brian Wenning just skating the spot. Like, to me, I love those skaters, so I was almost a little bit like fanning out. They're working probably on a DC video. Maker dudes came in, the girls dude. I mean, it was not unusual to drop by and then see like Americans working on videos, especially around 2001, 2002, where Macba was on the radar. The locals' progression was insane back then. Like, skateboarding just took such a huge boom. I had my friends from back home literally moving here in my apartment with me because it was such a fun place to be back in the early 2000s. I lived 10 minutes away, so that was my home. For 3 years, this place was my home. The vibe was great. People are playing music, people that come for a month and never leave Barcelona because they love it so much, you know? And I knew I didn't want to be a local from Sans. I didn't want to be a local from Parallel or Universidad. I wanted to be at Macba every single day. A big part of this plaza is not only about the spot, but it's about the energy that's over here every single day, man. Like, you have everything here. The markets are right around the corner. People are welcoming skateboarders, obviously, because they know we're like a part of, like, you know, what's giving life to that spot. The spot is literally right behind me, and you have terraces. Homies will always sit right here and say like, yo, what up, I'll be there in a minute. Like, the place is alive. It's just a mix of so many people doing their own thing and yet living together that makes it exceptional, you know? You don't have to be a skater to be here. Everyone is welcome at Macba. It's just so much more than just skateboarding, you know? Against that glass right here, that used to be where everybody set their stuff down and you had your friends. Choose your spot and then boom, you just go out and have fun. You could just practice your flat ground tricks with the homies, and that was just already such a good part of being at Macba. The part that people skate the most, you have this beautiful ledge that is 50 meters long. Since the curb is so long, you had enough time to do one ledge trick, a flat ground tricks in the middle, anywhere you like. And then you have the end of the curb over here. So that used to be kind of the classic way of skating it. That ledge has been skated so much that you have sweet spots that you have to know about. You can't just go and lock in a random spot because you're not gonna be happy with the result. Once you skate Macba enough, you know, like, this part slides the best, or like this part has a crack. There is literally like little sweet spots of Macba that you have to know about. Looking back about what went down here at Macba and what it brought to skateboarding is absolutely crazy. I remember witnessing some NBDs on daily. So it kind of like catapulted street skating to another level. So as a young teenager, I've got inspired, and so many locals witnessing skaters like that. No surprise that the level is so high. And I'm sure overseas we inspired what skateboarding became today. skateboarding progressed so much in Europe, you know, of what you can do on a skateboard. So many tricks that's never been done before. Javier Sarmiento and Florentin Marfang are the two skaters that just took skateboarding at Macba to another level. You know, they deserve to have a plate with their name on it. Imagine that that curb wasn't there right here. So you had a mini version of that really big outlet. You had a mini version of it, which wasn't so scary. And you could practice your tricks without kind of being scared to get broken off, because that's kind of mellow. Then also a really famous spot that so many great tricks has been done is that perfect out ledge. The curb is not super high, but it's really long. Anything down this is no joke. One trick that I can really remember like hitting me was a back tail the entire way. Obviously, I remember Mark Johnson doing a kickflip back 5-0, the entire thing looking super smooth and relaxed as he always does. Any tricks is beautiful down this thing. It's a little worn out now, but back in the days, it was like super smooth. The tricks I just mentioned was done in the early 2000s. So that was like 23 years ago. No wonder so many tricks have been done. Absolutely unbelievable. We have to stop for a second and talk about the Thiago Lemos ledge. I'm not a tall guy, so to me, like this is not even a ledge. Like, I don't care what anybody says, big props to Thiago, because what he did on this will forever be unreal and legendary. So that's yours, man, that's yours. If you wanted to practice your manuals, you had a mani pad that go from very high to very low. So many locals are practicing their variation. As you're curving to go back to the exit, it gives you that momentum to do backside flip out, out cap flip out, big spin flip out. So many tricks has been going down. That sculpture, somehow people started dropping from the top of it. To me, it's ridiculous. It never ends well for like 95% of the people. They never make that drop. As you can see, you have from the gap into that slight little bank right here, or a street gap with the trash can. That gnarly slam of a person literally falling into the trash can, that footage literally gave me nightmare. So you can tell how long it is. I gotta give mad props to Chris Jocelyn, because you have to be an animal to do such a trick, you know? If you've never been to Macba, step up there and give it a look, and then you'll have a lot of respect for anybody that skated that spot, because it is no joke whatsoever. So here we are on what we call the out ledge. It's slightly changed because back in the days, you had a ledge all the way to here that used to block this, and you barely had the space to grind the ledge. Visually, it was very intimidating. The out ledge is like head high, so any tricks down this, it's kind of gnarly. I remember one line that impressed me a lot was JB Gillette. Switchback 5-0 at the end of a line in the early 2000s. To me, that was like, yo, that's heavy. William Fan from the Lloyd's team, he did at the end of a line, hard flip, back 50-50 on this. I'm pretty sure the day after we did this, everyone heard of it and couldn't believe he did that hard flip 50 on this. This was insane. Props to Deck, because back then, not too many people doing a fakey ollie nose grind on that. So very impressive as well. To me personally, the scariest spot on Macba. That's why I don't have any footage on that spot. I never fucked with it. And so that's why I respect anybody that did trick down this, because when you see it in real life, you're like, okay, well, you have to respect this spot. You have to respect this spot. Now it's fully open. I guess you have a little more confidence. I mean, it's unbelievable. Now you see the amount of tricks that's been done. Trent McLong doing the kickflip back nose on this. I mean, in my book, honestly, you would have told me 20 years ago that someone would kickflip back nose that spot. I would have had a hard time believing that that's doable. It shows the progression of skateboarding, I would say it is, and the second life that can be given to a spot when you modify it. Like, I mean, the amount of tricks that's been done on this spot when you see it in real life is literally baffling. I'm not surprised that Macba had an impact on what skateboarding became today. Not only in Europe, but worldwide, this spot played a huge impact in skateboarding. Some of the stuff that's been done here was groundbreaking, and just the fact that you have so many different spots available on the same plaza is very rare. It's no secret why it's on the radar for the last 25 years, you know, and people want to come here, be here, and at least like spend a little bit of time when they come to Barcelona. It's a must be at, it's a must skate at for that reason. You know, this spot is legendary, from the locals taking the bar to the next level, the kids and the teenagers witnessing such a high level of skateboarding on the daily. That's why you have so many like good skaters now just killing it, and it's no surprise that Macba is one of the most famous plaza in the world, and that played a huge impact on skateboarding progression. And it feels like it's just the beginning. It keeps on going. The city understood the importance of this spot for the city and for skateboarding. You know, even a tour guide stopped by, you know, and explain to people the impact of this spot and why so many skaters are coming here from the entire world. So yeah, it's been around for 25 years, and it's gonna go on for a long time.